This is how open code have used the language. We have the text, text 2, we have the code, the synthesis 1 and synthesis 2. We have decided to use those concepts in order not to take a stand in the more difficult discussion on the different methodological approaches. You see, the text, if you use a grounded theory approach, that would mean it is text word by word. But if you use a qualitative content analysis, it is the meaning units that you import as your text. If you use grounded theory, the text 2 is meaningless, because there you can do your condensation of meaning units. But the code concept, that is similar in most qualitative approaches. When you have entered your material into the software and you have coded the material, you can start to work with it. You can relate the text to the codes. You can search for single codes or combination of codes in the document and relate them to the text. Later on, you can search for single categories and relate them to the codes, and also check how it fits to codes you have decided. This is how the software looks when you start it the very first time. And you see it organized in columns. You have the text, text 2, the code, the synthesis 1 and the synthesis 2. You can also make memos. What can you use a memo to? You can use a memo if you suddenly realize that this code relates to a theoretical stand. Or if you suddenly remember, have I read this in an article that I read recently? Just make a memo in order to remember it. You can also widen all the columns and move them by using your mouse. Just click and grab them and take them to another place. Especially if you are using grounded theory, it seems unnecessary to have the text 2 column. You can search for single or multiple words. It can be useful if you, for example, have made a code in the third interview and you suddenly realize this code might be appropriate also in the first and second interview. I will look. Wasn't it some of my informants who actually said something to me that I maybe didn't code appropriate? You can also print all the results from all different functions. And then you use your mouse, and you, as you see here on the picture, you mark what you want to print, you copy it, and then you paste it into a Word document. Well, now the course is almost ended. Now you know, if you are going to use grounded theory and thematic analysis, for example, then you start. Open up your document, save your documents as text file, start open code, create a project, and import your documents. If you have a qualitative content analysis as your analytical standpoint, then you must prepare your document very carefully. That is something you should do independently on analytical approach, but it is especially important here, because once you have imported the text into the software, you can't change anything. And using qualitative content analysis, that means that you have to prepare your document when it still is a document or a Word document in order to make meaning units. After that, you save your document as a text file and continue the same way. This is a newly developed version of the software. That means that some problems might arise. If you experience such a problem, please send a mail to us and tell us about it, and we should see if we can do something about it. This is an illustration of the traditional qualitative researcher with lots of paper. Open code might reduce the number of paper. However, it doesn't do the analysis. It is a tool to help you and index and sort big materials so it can be searched and rearranged for further analysis. Well, now you know everything about open code. Just remember, don't search for the save button, because there isn't any save button. Everything will be saved automatically. Good luck with your